This is 7 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Gerron Jordan in for Agnes DeRouen. Class dismissed early today at Our Lady Queen of Heaven School in Lake Charles. A natural gas leak from nearby construction work prompted school officials to close school for the day. The children were taken to the church where they could board buses to go home or stay until parents could arrive to pick them up. School is expected to resume tomorrow. Two major issues are up for discussion today during the legislative session at the state capitol. One measure allows school teachers and administrators to carry concealed weapons in schools. It's making its way through the legislature right now. Also, there's a mandate to tell the Board of Elementary and Secondary Education to develop a master plan for K-12 education in Louisiana. That bill is meant to counter the controversial Common Core curriculum. A Moss Bluff man is arrested for cruelty to a juvenile. Calcasieu Parish Sheriff's officials say 54-year-old Edward Brown was arrested after physically abusing two children on April 11th. Deputies say they saw Brown hit the children several times with a belt, leaving welts and bruises. He's facing 2 counts of cruelty to a juvenile and has been released on a $2,000 bond. A youth summit and job fair was held this morning at the Lake Charles Civic Center. The event is intended to connect students and young adults to employers, resources, and post-secondary education training to help prepare them for employment in industrial occupations. Those participating experienced a selection of workshops addressing work readiness and economic growth in Southwest Louisiana.
Is to help our youth that are ages 16 to 24 to obtain employment for summer. This is our 6th annual Summer Youth Summit. We have employers ranging from petrochemical to retail to fast foods and some of the restaurants.
I like working on cars. Yeah, we're putting rims on cars, body paint. Yeah, like pimp my ride.
Representatives from McNeese, Sowella, and other local schools were present to answer questions concerning specific curricula that will qualify them for jobs in high-demand occupations. Well, just days before the 4th anniversary of the 2010 Deepwater Horizon disaster and oil spill, the Coast Guard has moved cleanup of Louisiana's coast to a new phase, allowing BP to end their active efforts in the area. It's a new phase in which Coast Guard teams, BP cleanup crews, and equipment will be pre-positioned to respond to new reports of oil as needed. BP says the Coast Guard directive ends patrols of the final 3 miles of affected shoreline in Louisiana, and the move also completes a cleanup operation that ended in Florida, Alabama, and Mississippi last June. The Coast Guard rescued 2 members on Tuesday from a National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration vessel in the Gulf. It happened in rough seas more than 250 miles southwest of New Orleans. One crew member had a dislocated shoulder. The other severed the tip of his finger. They were hoisted into the Coast Guard helicopter, then taken to a hospital for treatment. Well, after a brisk morning, how's our afternoon warm-up looking? We turn now to meteorologist Ben Terry. Any good news there?
Well, we're about 20 degrees warmer than we were at sunrise, so we are moving the right direction temperature-wise. Plenty of sunshine out there for this Wednesday. As we take a look at the temperatures right now at the noon hour, currently we're at 58 now in Lake Charles, so we're getting closer to 60, 56 in DeRidder, and 57 in Lafayette. Again, and we'll see a lot of sun. Here's your visible satellite picture indicating no clouds yet. I do expect there to be some high clouds that begin to work over the area this afternoon. Again, those will not be producing any rainfall. We will be watching the chance for a few showers to return, though, later this week as we'll be tracking a disturbance moving in from the northwest. Right now, it's bringing snow to places like Minneapolis over through the Dakotas. Again, that's where the active storm track remains. So for now, we're going to be talking about more dry weather and a gradual warming trend, which will begin today. Several degrees warmer tonight for lows. We'll talk about that and the rain chances that will be increasing as we get closer to the Easter weekend. More on that in the full forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Ben. Well, nearly 300 people are missing after a passenger ship carrying 459 passengers sank off South Korea's southern coast today. Eunice Yoon has more from Beijing.
This could be South Korea's biggest peacetime disaster in 20 years. The 459 people were on board this Haewol, a 480-foot-long vessel that had the capacity to carry 900 people.
Tourists fighting for their lives. A trip to an island known as South Korea's Hawaii was never supposed to end this way. Their ferry, carrying hundreds of passengers, many of them students on a 4-day field trip, set sail Tuesday from a port city near Seoul. As it neared Jeju Island today, something went tragically wrong. Eyewitnesses say they heard a loud bang before the ferry lost control. The survivor saying the ship was tilted more than 45 degrees. It was very tense. The ship sent out a distress call, but there was confusion on board. The student saying, the ferry started to list, so we asked if we should escape now, but the announcement kept telling us to stay still. Minutes later, rescuers, including a U.S. Navy ship, arrived with helicopters, racing against time, lifting passengers to safety one by one. Back on shore, parents clearly overwrought, desperate for more information about their children.
The rescue efforts are still ongoing to find the hundreds still missing. Back to you.
A man detained at the Boston Marathon bombing anniversary yesterday has been arrested and charged with disorderly conduct, disturbing the peace, and possession of a hoax device. It all took place at the marathon's finish line. Police say the man, now identified as 25-year-old Kayvon Edson, was seen running down the street dressed in black, wearing a long black veil. He didn't have on any socks and shoes, and he was carrying a large backpack, yelling "Boston Strong." When he got to the finish line, a police officer approached him.
Walked up to him, asked him, made questions, asked him what was in the backpack. At that time, he stated that there was a rice cooker in the backpack.
Police ordered the man to drop the bag and took him into custody. They also examined a second bag, but no word yet on what they may have found inside. Edson went before a judge this morning on the charges against him. Now to a chilling story out of Harris County, Texas. Surveillance video captured a burglar walking through a home and creeping into a toddler's room as the child's parents slept nearby. Jessica Wiley spoke with the child's father and has the full story.
Saturday, April 5th, just after 5 a.m. As the family of three sleeps, an intruder sneaks around, hovering over what's most important.
I was infuriated, saw him walking back and forth in my baby's room.
He shines the flashlight throughout the room and even on the sleeping child. This is edited video provided by the Harris County Sheriff's Office, but Father Tin Lee says at one point the two make eye contact and then the little boy goes back to sleep. Cameras are mounted throughout the house, and Lee says the burglar knew it but didn't care.
He looked up some of the cameras he saw, and he makes some statement that I'm here and I don't care.
The family actually didn't know about the break-in until a neighbor found their laptop and briefcase and returned it. Lee reviewed his surveillance video and found the creepy images.
So he's really gutsy.
Investigators believe the intruder is a teenager. He got in through an unlocked first-floor window, stole only $60, but also peace of mind. His son is his world.
As soon as I know we get broken into, I went up there right away and check on him. Oh man, I kiss him so hard.
And police say other homes were burglarized in the same neighborhood around the same time. Well, up next, the deaths of 5 children at Children's Hospital in New Orleans are traced to a fungus found in the hospital's linens. We'll have the surprised and shocked reaction from the medical community next.